biohacking secret that's taking the health and fitness industry by storm. Peptide therapy explained. All right, let's cut to the chase. Let's cut through the hype and let's get to the meat and potatoes. Peptide therapy. You probably heard the whispers or even the shouts. Probably heard about it in the gym. You probably even heard your friends or family talking about it. You've definitely seen it on your Instagram feed, or maybe you heard Joe Rogan talk about it. It's the new darling of the biohacking and health world. And today we're diving deep into what it is, why it's exploding in popularity, and whether it lives up to the buzz. As someone who went from a total skeptic to a true believer, I'm here to tell you the unfiltered truth about peptide therapy. Buckle up, because this might just change the way you think about health optimization. What are peptides? Let's start with the basics. Essentially, they are short chains of amino acids, essentially little mini proteins, and they act as signaling molecules in the body. They can target specific cellular functions. Think of peptides as the body's own language, per se. They're the words our cells use to communicate. And with peptide therapy, we're essentially learning to speak the language fluently. Why peptide therapy is blowing up? Now, why is everyone and their gym buddy and their mother and sister talking about peptides? Here's the breakdown. So essentially, here's a little bottle of peptides. This is BPC. Oh, this is BPC and TB 500. Essentially, they're precision medicine at its finest. They can affect certain specific pathways without widespread effects. So for example, the one I just showed you, BPC, this targets more musculoskeletal injuries or even can help your gut health. We also have a very popular type of peptide, which are your growth hormone peptides, which naturally increase your growth hormone levels. And essentially growth hormone is like the fountain of youth. We also love peptides because of its versatility. There's anti-aging effects. Check. Muscle recovery. You bet. Weight management. 1000%. Even peptides are showing promise for chronic conditions, whether it's musculoskeletal injuries or chronic gut or GI issues. Check, check. So essentially, peptides are like the Swiss Army knife of treatments. There's a peptide for almost everything. Musculoskeletal, growth hormone, anti-aging, chronic autoimmune conditions, immunity, cognitive issues or cognitive development. Also, we love peptides because of the natural approach. So instead of injecting a synthetic medication or a synthetic chemical, these little peptides or little proteins mimic your body's own processes. So there's generally fewer side effects, if any side effects at all, than your typical synthetic drugs. And this also appeals to the natural health crowd. I mean, let's face it, why would you inject or take a synthetic medicine or chemical when you can get the same effect or better with something natural? Consider that. Next, we have its customization. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing. These peptides can be tailored to individual needs and goals, and this allows for precision in treatment plan. For instance, I'm not going to give all of my patients the same peptide at the same dosing. We're going to use different peptides for different things, different dosing. Even the peptides that I get produced, they are made specifically for the patients. It's not like we have 100 vials of the same peptide sitting on the shelf. It's made just for them, so it allows for precision in treatment plans. And of course, there's the social media buzz. There's your Instagram before and afters. You've got your YouTube testimonials, people on the Joe Rogan show, all kinds of celebrities and athletes that are using peptides and endorsing this. I mean, think about it. When is the last time you saw a medication trending on TikTok? Consider that. Now, I want to talk about a personal journey. Back when peptides first came out several years ago, I was very skeptical. So I thought, okay, if I'm going to consider using these for my patients and my friends and even myself, I need to try it first. And I got some surprising results. So this isn't just a theory for me. I've actually lived it, and it changed how I approach my own personal health optimization and for my clients. So here's a story. I checked my growth hormone level, or my IGF-1. This is several years ago. I took growth hormone, synthetic growth hormone, for 3 months. I checked my IGF-1 then, and I did not have much of an increase at all. Fast forward, I used 3 months of growth hormone peptides, specifically ipamorelin and CJC. 3 months later, I checked my IGF, and it was in the positive. So my growth hormone levels essentially were higher, and I was getting the effects from the peptides, but not actually the growth hormone that I was taking. So let's talk about some of these peptides. We've got popular peptides and their uses. The MVPs of the peptide world. We've got your growth hormone peptides, which is your ipamorelin, CJC, and tesmorelin. This affects muscle growth, fat loss, anti-aging properties, and essentially recovery as well. And then we have this little guy, your BPC, which is the Wolverine peptide. So this helps with rapid healing of old or new injuries, and it also helps with gut health. We also have things like thymosin beta 4 or TB500. They're essentially the same thing. And this is another healing powerhouse peptide that's incredibly popular among athletes. We have one peptide that is a little controversial, and it's melanotan. Now, this apparently can get you tan without even being in the sun, but this is controversial because we don't know the long-term effects, and there may be a link to increased risk of skin cancer. We're not sure yet, but there may be a buzz out about that. So things like melanotan 2, you may want to wait before you take one of these peptides. The controversy. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows in peptide land. We've got regulatory issues. Not all peptides are fully approved by the FDA. This could be bad and good because we know the FDA doesn't always have our interest at heart. The FDA seems to always have their own wallets and pockets in interest. So there's questions also about the long-term effects, the sourcing and the quality. You know, do we need to get these peptides made in compounding pharmacies? Is it okay to get them made in a lab? So we have a lot of regulatory issues that need to be sorted out. We also have ethical debates. Is this cheating in sports? I mean, if we're using a natural peptide or protein, is that cheating? You be the judge. What do you think? So there's a line between what's considered a treatment and what's considered an enhancement. And then you have things like lifestyle versus peptides. Are people using peptides as a shortcut instead of actually modifying their lifestyle? Now we know that there's no shortcuts when it comes to modifying lifestyle. You have to have A, B, C, D, your exercise, your nutrition, your sleep, things to that nature in line. So are people using peptides as a shortcut instead of actually altering or changing their lifestyle? You be the judge on that too. The future of peptides. Where is this all heading? We don't know, but the research so far looks incredibly promising. Obviously, there's ongoing research and development. There's potential for mainstream medical acceptance. The role in personalized medicine. All right, let's bring it home. Peptide therapy isn't a magic bullet. Nothing is. But it's a powerful tool that's changing the game in health optimization. It's allowing us to speak the body's language more fluently than ever before, opening up new possibilities for healing, performance, and longevity. Is it right for everyone? No. Should you dive in without doing your homework? Absolutely not. But if you're serious about optimizing your health and your performance, peptide therapy is something you need to have on your radar. Remember, this isn't about replacing the fundamentals, diet, exercise, sleep, stress management. Those are all still king. Think of peptides as the cherry on top of a well-built sundae of health habits. If you're intrigued and want to explore peptide therapy for yourself, do your research. Consult with a knowledgeable healthcare provider like myself who specializes in this field. And most importantly, approach it as part of a holistic health strategy, not just a quick fix. There are no quick fixes. The world of health optimization is evolving rapidly, and peptide therapy is at the forefront of that evolution. Whether you decide to hop on the peptide train or not, staying informed about these advancements is crucial for anyone serious about their health. If this video piqued your interest, hit that button and subscribe for more deep dives into cutting-edge health topics. Drop a comment below. Have you tried peptide therapy? Which ones? What were your results? Are you curious about it? Let's start a conversation and learn from each other. Remember, the future of health is personalized, precise, and full of potential. Here's to optimizing our health one peptide at a time. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible for your health and performance. Out.